Going, guys? Brian back here with another Kaspa update. All right, we're having another decent day out here. Actually, Bitcoin's up another 738 bucks. All right, so this thing's starting to move. We've been waiting for that. Obviously, we're gonna get back to this Kaspa chart here. I have an alarm set up here. We're gonna get that off here for the video. There we go. Get that off there. All right, guys, let's take a look over here on the Twitter page. I just want to cover a couple things here. They had a War Live, a Kaspa interview. Do not miss. Heading to the top 10. 5.4 thousand tuned in. October 24th. This is an hour long Kaspa interview. So if you want to go check that out, do not miss. Heading to the top 10. It sounds pretty interesting. Got my attention when I read that. Now nodes. There's another X Spaces here, October 25th at 2 p.m. Topics: Kaspa ecosystem milestones, development, new use cases, community development, and marketing. All right, that's actually today, 2 p.m. UTC. All right, so, and if you go down through here, they put out finance change, paying with Kaspa is a breeze using QR codes, no more complex processes, just scan and pay. Discover the ease of hashtag change payments with hashtag Kaspa. Like and subscribe, be your own bank. How to make Kaspa payments via QR codes. So, pretty cool. Coming out that's that Now Finance, I believe. Change, okay. Yeah, they've been doing a lot with them. All right, so yeah, you might want to go check that out over there. I'm going to listen to this after I do the video here. Do not miss. Heading to the top 10. Sounds pretty interesting. All right, if we will go over here, look at these, up to 53.5 petahash, 3.6 transactions a second, and 1.6 blocks per second. All right, we have 11 days until we go down. The rewards go down to 156. Did you see that was just up to four transactions a second? There it is, 4.4. So this thing's speeding up. Pretty interesting. Got some stuff going on here for sure. 53 petahash. Pretty interesting. Let's go over here. Last 24 hours, you can see some stacking going on here. As soon as this loads up. When we take a second, but we got some people. Here we go. Last 24 hours, everything's in green here, pretty much, plus 0.1%. But when you're talking 43,000 wallets, 0.1%, that I don't know, what is that? 500 wallets, I don't know, something like that. 0.1% of 43,000. For the 7 days, yeah, definitely had some profit taken here. All right, go down through here. Anything major? There's some. These are the bigger wallets. Yeah, we're gonna check that out. I took a screenshot about a month ago here. We're gonna dig that out here and see if we did it a couple weeks ago, but we're gonna compare it, okay, and see if these wallets are dumping a lot or if they're actually stacking. Last time we compared it, a few of them were stacking and a couple of them were selling off a little bit, but that's the way it goes. You got to grab your money when you got a chance. So let's move on here, guys. The crypto bubbles. This is for the week. Look at these numbers. Pretty crazy. And I've been talking about this for a long time. If Bitcoin would just move, this is what happens to the altcoins. And Bitcoin dominance right now is crushing it. If Bitcoin dominance would start dropping, and boy, you'd see these altcoins, some 200x, not 200x, 200%. There's Hex at 146, Mina at 88, Rune. Look at Link plus 51%, Pulse. This is for the week. For the day, Link's up another 11%. Apes finally do something. Look at FTT. This thing is dead, and it's still up 13.5%. These things still move, even if they have nothing behind them. The charts, from people buying and selling, the charts move. They just, it's kind of weird, but you don't have to have anything behind it anymore. FTX, that's been reading a lot about Sam Bankman-Fried there lately in the news. Kind of interested how that's going to turn out. But all right, let's go over here to the charts, guys. I want to show you Bitcoin dominance because this is crazy. Look at this. All right, this is on the weekly. Remember we showed yesterday that it just hit this target at 54.2. Now look at it pushing up through there. You know, next target's up here at 57. You know, we got the weekly RSI still heading up. The monthly, yeah, the monthly's at the top. Boy, want to see that come down and Bitcoin price still go up. That's what we want to see. You know, look at this thing. It's just rode this trend line the whole way up here. Want to see this come down and break that trend line and still see Bitcoin price go up. You know, that would definitely help the altcoins. All right, Bitcoin there. Wow, this thing is doing great. It's finally good to see this doing something. All right, this is a chart without anything on it. This is on the weekly. You know, it's kind of interesting because I'm going to show you with Ethereum what happened with ETH the last bull run, how this went. You know, I've talked about this in a few videos, you know, that this is, you know, 1, 2, 3, you got your 4, you know, 5. I really don't believe that's going to happen. I'm going to show you why here in a second, because for what Ethereum did the last time. Now, for this to feel safe for me to be, you know, to not do that, I would have to see it get past here. You know, past this wave 1, you know, the closing candles. I'd like to see it break that 36.2, not come up and get rejected. It's probably going to come to that area. You know, is it going to make it through it or not? You know, that's the target for this thing. Look at how these things work out. You know, look at that target. Let's make sure this is on there correct. There's the top. Let's just zoom in real quick and make sure this is perfect, because it's crazy how these, you know, like I said yesterday, you want to see, you know, stuff gel together. Look at that, 36,000, that blue line right on where I want to see it break this resistance right there. Isn't that crazy? Right on it. Okay, we got the weekly for Bitcoin still heading up, looking good. The daily right at the top, 100 and 100. The monthly is turning back up, you know, so it looks like this thing might get a push up there. Boy, it'd be nice to see it break through that 36.2. You know, keep an eye on that. Oh, nope, actually, hold on one second. Let's go back to that weekly. Yeah, okay, that's where we had to close there. On the monthly, it was different. You know, we had this wave 1 down with 2 up. Look at the monthly. The monthly has the wave 1 closing up here at 38,000, but the weekly has it closing right there at 36. It's crazy, that first extension right to the 1618, right on 36,000. So that's the key number, guys. We break through that and things are really going to get fun with Bitcoin. The whole market, I mean, it's just going to get crazy. The DXY, right up at that 50% here, still nothing going on. But Ethereum, this is what I want to show you here. All right, maybe it's nothing, maybe it is. Okay, this thing, let's put this, I need this on log here. All right, hang with me through this because I thought this was pretty interesting. Look how the last bull run back here in 2017, I was looking at this chart, okay, how it came down. 1, 2, 3. This sure looked like a 4. Just came right up to the point like we're talking about Bitcoin, 36,000, right up to 1, and it looked like it was just going to crash right down for a 5th wave. Okay, and look what happened. It just went sideways and then poof right into the bull run. Okay, now same similar scenario is working out over here. You know, price action repeats itself. You know, it really does. But look at this. That 4 came right back up to here. Okay, looking like it's going to roll over for a 5th wave. So it's still going to go sideways till, you know, till next year, and then start our bull run and get out of here. Looks awful familiar, don't it? Look how this one went. You know, granted, this was COVID right here. This big crash that was COVID. Okay, but this thing was, you know, it made a little run down. Everybody was, I'm sure everybody was thinking this thing was heading down, you know, for a 5th wave. Looked just like a 5th wave coming down, just like over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, especially if you put it on a monthly. get it tight in like that. Look at that. You had that 1, 2, 3, 4. That 4 came right back up to wave 1. 1, 2, 3. The 4 came right back up to wave 1, went sideways, and then we went into the bull run. Afterwards, this took about a year before we peaked there at June 2019. It back tested that, and this is right in April and May here. Pretty almost similar timing. Okay, and then of course after that, we it was in June and July of 2019, and the bull run started just about a year later. It started up out of here. So is this what's going to happen here? We're going to get a little bit of a pullback, not as deep as the bear market, just like back here. It pulled back down here. Ethereum went back down to 124. What's it going to come down to? 1,200 bucks, go sideways, and then the next bull run. That's what I'm getting excited for, guys, the next bull run. But maybe it's nothing. Maybe you guys see what I'm seeing here. But let's move on here, okay? Gold's up 10 bucks. Luna, let's see, where's silver? Silver's actually down 4 cents today. The total market cap is up $20 billion. Look at this. Let's zoom in here and see where we're at. And it's crazy, but even these things did similar structures here. But look at this. If you guys have been charting along with me, you can see it plain as day. Looks like a 4 coming up, and then boom, a 5 crashing down. But that's probably not what's going to happen. It's probably going to do something similar to ETH. Back test this wave 1 up here maybe at 1.7. We'll have to see what happens here. And, and then crash back down and go sideways till the next bull run here. Let's see, 618 would bring us up here. We'll see what happens with this thing, but it has broke through that first level. We had a Fibonacci on it right down here. It's the total market cap. So, the first target's up here at 1.4. We got the monthly still heading up, 77 and 79, but it's crossing back up. It's heading up at the bottom here. The weekly still heading up. So it looks like we're going to have a run in crypto here for a few weeks, maybe a couple months, and then maybe a crash down till till next spring, the Bitcoin halving and stuff. We'll have to see what happens. All right, we got Kaspa on the weekly curving back up. Okay, you can see the weekly's trying to curve back up instead of 26 and a 31. I'm going to tell you what I personally, that everybody's got their own opinion here. That's for sure. Okay, now when we came in here, let's get some room here. Let's clean this up a little bit. Okay, I don't like it all sloppy like this, especially for the video. Let's get them off there. Get them off there. Okay, there we go. Now let's look at this. This first high on the RSI, okay? The second high was a lower high, higher high in price. Our third high was lower on the RSI yet, okay? Obviously, we're just being real here. Whoops. Heading down. Higher prices, declining on the RSI. That's bearish, okay? Obviously. Now this thing is building up in here for something. All right, let's take that off. Sorry about that. There we go. My lines weren't right there. Now they are. All right. So if we're going to break this pattern and not have a major correction coming here, all right, we need to break up through this. All right, this RSI down here, especially in the weekly, needs to break up through that and make a higher high. That's what we need to see. Now, I think we're going to get a higher high here. I honestly do. I think we're probably going to come up to the top of this wedge and set a new all-time high, but I don't know if we're going to break out of it. We might do something. This thing might come up here, hit the top of that wedge, and start rolling over. And if we lose this, then we have a major correction coming, which we're due for one at some time here, okay? This thing obviously has been running out of gas here. High, lower high, higher high, lower high. This has been a lower high so far, so that matches up. But if this thing comes up and sets a new all-time high and doesn't take out this high here, then we got bearish divergence here. All right, on the daily, pull this up a little bit. We have flip bearish there. All right, like I said on yesterday's video, I believe this is a 5-wave up in here. So I would be looking for a pullback down to that 0.048 area for that 4th wave pullback. You know, something coming and get this run up, maybe a pullback to here, and then set a new all-time high up here. That's what I'd be looking at, but I don't think, you never know with crypto. I don't think it's going to be anything massive, you know, maybe up at 5.5 cents maybe, you know, and this isn't financial advice, guys. This might not even happen, okay? It could go the other way. I'm just telling you what I see going on, because the reason I say that mainly, the 8-hour is correcting very fast. It's down to 0 and a 14 already. The 8-hour. Look how high it is still down here, though. It's still at a 58 down here. Okay, so one push higher, one higher high, one new high. You know, the 4-hour is down at the bottom and resets at a 5.5 and a 4.7. All right, maybe this is all the deeper it's going to correct. Maybe we'll get that last push up here, that 5th wave, pretty soon. All right, but we got the 4 and the 8 are just about corrected. The 12 is probably going to turn back up. You see it turning up here. It's probably going to pull one of those, you know, one of these where it turns back up. And I don't know if we'll get a higher high on here or not, but I'm pretty positive we're going to get a higher high on price here. All right, I think that's why you might see some people taking some profits right now too. You know, the market cap's over $1 billion now. All right, we're just being real here. Okay, we're due for some kind of pullback at some time. Okay, you can't go up forever. 1.08 billion, volume is at 12.9. All right, ranked 44th. We're still about in the same spot as yesterday. All right, so we got the 4 and the 8-hour just about corrected here. So is this going to pull back any deeper? Not 100% sure. All right, 1, 2, 3. This should be our 4th wave and another push higher, I would imagine. Okay, don't take that as the gospel or word here. Okay, now let's just for the heck of it see what a trend-based fib would say if this is a 1, 2. Yeah, nah, I don't believe that. That's too much. I don't believe it's going to shoot that high, you know, unless we're still working on a wave 3 here, and then the 4th wave is a bigger pullback and a 5th wave up. But I don't see that. I don't see it heading up there. You know, maybe, I don't know. You know, and if this is a 4th wave, you guys have seen how I measure these out. All right, this was the 4th wave. How do we measure for a 5th wave? Right there, hit it perfect. 1.618. There was wave 5. All right, right through here. We went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how we measured wave 5. Is at a 1.618. So if this is wave 4, and we put a fib on it, you know, where's it going to pull back to? Okay, even if it stops right there, that would still give us a new all-time high up at 5.5. All right, now if it pulls back down to that line, where's that put us? Right up against the top of the wedge here, right around 5.6, 5.7. You know, you can see this wedge forming out. I mean, it's perfect so far up through here. You know, I would see, quite honestly, I am looking possibly, and I'm playing my cards like this. All right, I'm thinking a 5th wave up here, and then I'm thinking a major correction here. We got to crash down through here. I don't know. It would be something like that, and then another wave down. We'll just have to see if that happens or not. That's all going to depend a lot on this weekly RSI. You know, is that going to get the whole way down here by the time, you know, or is it looks like this thing is trying to push one more push up and get one more push out of this, and then that's going to push this weekly back up here, all right, which is going to have to correct back down here at some time. All right, so me personally, that's what I'm watching for, one more 5th wave to set a new all-time high. I don't believe it's going to be anything massive. 5.5, 5.6. We'll see. I think it's going to hit the top of the wedge here. Rising wedges, I don't like. They're bearish. Okay, that's just, you know, that's just the facts. All right, now if we get a pullback, where could that pullback possibly come to? Usually 618. If we get to the top of this wedge up here, 618 is down at 42. If we go down deeper than that, then you come down to this wave down here and start. I don't think we're going to get back down to 3 cents, but we could if we break this wedge, and head down. I just don't like rising wedges. I really don't. We got the daily RSI just at the top here. Let's see. Let's get this off here. Where's that daily? Right at the top. All right, down at the bottom, it's at a 59. All right, I would like to see that make a higher high than over here. That's right with it. Okay, so we'll see how this plays out, guys. Maybe it'll surprise me. Okay, I'm not being bearish at all. Not at all. I am so bullish on this coin or token that I am super bullish on Kaspa. All right, I don't. I'm not gonna try to dump and buy back in at a better price. We'll see what happens here. Okay, I still believe we have that fifth wave push here. Is it going to get us out the top of the wedge, or are we going to get rejected up here? We'll have to wait and see. All right, volume is going to have a lot to do with it. Let's look at the weekly volume here. All right, you can see. All right, not a lot. Okay, kind of declining volume. You can see as we went up on this weekly, like I've said, lower highs on the RSI, higher highs in price. We're due for a correction at some time. I believe we're going to get that new all-time high, but then I believe we're going to have a correction here. So that's my opinion, guys. All right, thank you so very, very much, guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much to the members of the channel. You guys, thank you. That's, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Every person that watches my videos, thank you so much for your time. It means the world to me. I'm honored that you would take your time to watch them. So thank you so very much. All right, guys, I will talk to you soon. Have a great day, everybody.